Jeremiah 24, 1-10. Devotional Focus Verse. Thus saith the Lord, the God of Israel, like these good figs, so will I acknowledge them that are carried away captive of Judah, whom I have sent out of this place into the land of the Chaldeans for their good. Jeremiah 24, 5. Go and play somewhere else, my dad firmly told us young children as he prepared to do a weld on some heavy machinery in his shop. The arc from the welder will burn your eyes. We probably didn't fully understand the danger to our eyes, but we were not slow in leaving the shop. Dad never wasted words. If he told us to get moving, we knew it was necessary for our own good, not merely to get us out from under his feet. All of the kids in the homes around the farm were curious about what happened in Dad's shop. A large building that housed his work trucks. It was filled with all kinds of interesting tools and machinery. If we had a problem with a toy, bicycle, or household item, we took it out to Dad's shop, and he would find a way to repair it. However, if a situation was potentially dangerous, we were not left in doubt as to whether we should be around. Dad loved his children, and he had our safety at heart. He never hesitated to let us know when it was time for us to stay out of the way. In today's text, the basket of good figs represented the people of Judah who had been carried away captive into Babylon. Although they did not choose to be exiled in a strange land, God said that submitting to what He had ordained would ultimately be for their good. Though many years would elapse, He promised to preserve the exiles and eventually bring them again into their own land. From time to time in our Christian walk, we awaken to the understanding that we have been preserved or shielded from danger in a way that is miraculous. We suddenly know that God has taken control of a situation and kept us from grave physical injury or spiritual defeat. Other times, we are providentially absent from a bad situation by God's great design. Our loving Heavenly Father has worked for our protection. At other times, we will face challenges, physically, emotionally, financially, or in some other way. We may not understand why these challenges have come along. However, in these times too, we can look to our Heavenly Father and remind ourselves that He has only our good in mind. God holds the reins of our lives, and we can be certain that He will take care of all the details. Unlike rebellious Judah, He has helped us to know Him and to understand that we are His people. We can rest in the assurance that He is a good God, and that everything that comes our way will ultimately be for our good as we continue to trust in Him and obey His instructions. Background information. Chapter 24, Jeremiah's 11th sermon or discourse, is based upon the prophet's vision of 2 baskets of figs. Jeremiah had previously declared that those who submitted to Nebuchadnezzar and captivity would do so to their own benefit, while those who resisted and remained in Jerusalem would do so to their own peril. The good figs seen by Jeremiah represented the Jews who were captives in Babylon, while the bad figs symbolized those who had stayed in Judah and had neglected to worship God. When these scriptures were given, Jeremiah had been prophesying to a largely non-responsive audience for more than 20 years. In 597 BC, King Nebuchadnezzar's armies had invaded Judah and taken captive King Jehoiakim, also called Jeconiah or Coniah, many of the nobles, and those proficient in trades that would be beneficial to building the Babylonian Empire. Through Jeremiah, God told those captive in Babylon that His design for them was for their ultimate good, even though they had to experience some disciplinary action before they would receive the benefit. In this chapter, Jeremiah let the captives know that God sent them to Babylon to preserve them, and those who remained in Judah would suffer for their spiritual adultery with the heathen nations around them. They would be scattered, and some of their families would be scorned and cursed among the populations where they settled. Eventually, none of them would inhabit the land of their inheritance. Conclusion. Although we may not always understand the circumstances that come our way, if our trust is in the Lord, we can be assured that He has our best interests at heart and is working for our good.
Chapter 24. The Lord showed me, and behold, 2 baskets of figs were set before the temple of the Lord, after that Nebuchadrezzar, king of Babylon, had carried away captive Jeconiah the son of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, and the princes of Judah, with the carpenters and smiths, from Jerusalem, and had brought them to Babylon. 1 basket had very good figs, even like the figs that are first ripe, and the other basket had very naughty figs, which could not be eaten, they were so bad. Then said the Lord unto me, What seest thou, Jeremiah? And I said, Figs, the good figs very good, and the evil very evil, that cannot be eaten, they are so evil. Again the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Thus saith the Lord, the God of Israel, Like these good figs, so will I acknowledge them that are carried away captive of Judah, whom I have sent out of this place into the land of the Chaldeans for their good. For I will set mine eyes upon them for good, and I will bring them again to this land, and I will build them and not pull them down, and I will plant them and not pluck them up. And I will give them an heart to know me, that I am the Lord, and they shall be my people, and I will be their God. For they shall return unto me with their whole heart. And as the evil figs, which cannot be eaten, they are so evil, surely thus saith the Lord, So will I give Zedekiah the king of Judah, and his princes, and the residue of Jerusalem that remain in this land, and them that dwell in the land of Egypt, and I will deliver them to be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth for their hurt, to be a reproach and a proverb, a taunt and a curse, in all places whither I shall drive them. And I will send the sword, the famine, and the pestilence among them, till they be consumed from off the land that I gave unto them and to their fathers.